Another question that Securiix gets asked quite often is about legislative and regulatory responsibilities. This is a complicated and complex topic. There are many different areas of privacy as well as legislative and regulatory responsibility, depending on the organization's needs. Things like PIPEDA, PHIPA, HIPAA if you're from the United States, OSFI, the Office for Superintendent of Financial Institutions, PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security. There's many different areas that have to do with how specific types of data is handled and how it must be handled. There are even different types of country legislation. I mentioned the United States earlier, which uses HIPAA for their health privacy information, as well as Europe. Europe has their own data protection directive, which is used for organizations within Europe. So this, again, depends on your organization's location, where your data in that organization is located, and how that data is accessed. Different organizations utilize different types of control sets. I spoke about OSFI earlier, which utilizes different types of directives and guidelines to ensure that the data for those organizations, in this case, Canadian financial institutions, are following a certain type of security control within their environments. At Securiix, we're able to look at these different types of legislative and regulatory responsibilities for your organization, understanding where your data is, where it is located, and how it is accessed, to make sure that you comply with these various different legislative and regulatory responsibilities. It is every organization's responsibility to handle personally identifiable information or personally identifiable health information, as well as different credit card and payment card information. You must ensure a duty of care that is commensurate with the type of data that is in your protection. Going further, there's different types of legislation that you must address for different types of countries. As an example, in the United States, there is an act called the PATRIOT Act. This act allows the US government to have access to data that is stored within the United States. It actually goes further than that and allows access to US data that is stored outside of the United States. Understanding this and what the implications are for the PATRIOT Act, as an example, is something that Securiix is able to help your organization with. Going further, for Canadian companies, there is a new act called Act 25 that was just created in September of 2023 that prevents Canadian personally identifiable information from being stored in data centers within the United States. This is obviously critical for many organizations that may be sharing data or locations for their data within the United States. At Securiix, we're able to look at these very complicated and complex scenarios when it comes to privacy, personally identifiable information, health information, as well as payment card information, and to help your organization understand where your data resides and what legislative and regulatory responsibilities are a part of and a duty of your organization.